Sociology is the systematic and scientific study of human social life. Sociologists study people as they form groups and interact with one another. The groups they study may be small, such as married couples, or large, such as a subculture of suburban teenagers. Sociology places special emphasis on studying societies, both as individual entities and as elements of a global perspective. Socioeconomic status is just a way of describing the stratification system of the United States. The class system, also imperfect in classifying all Americans, nonetheless offers a general understanding of American social stratification. The United States has roughly 6 social classes: upper class, new money, middle class, working poor, poverty level. Spencer was a British philosopher who built upon structural functionalism by comparing society to the human body. Both have structure and components with a function. The components work together to keep the overall system working for the benefit of the whole. Cooley was an American sociologist. He is best known for his idea of looking-glass self. He believed humans have a capacity to reflect on their behavior and that we build, change, or maintain our behavior based on how others evaluate our actions. He believed this involved 3 steps. First, a person imagines or develops an image of how he or she appears to another person. Second, a person imagines or develops a concept of the other person's judgment of our appearance. Third, a person develops an emotional response such as pride or mortification. Weber was a German sociologist who greatly influenced American values and may make the greatest individual contribution to sociology. Weber, along with Durkheim and Marx, are commonly cited as the principal architects of the 3 major theories in sociology. Weber began his career by attending law school, then became a college professor. He was influenced by his mother's devout religious views. As a Calvinist, he studied the relationship between the Calvinist belief that personal wealth was an indication of God's grace and the rewards of industrial capitalism. This led to the theory about the Protestant ethic, that hard work leads to success, which is a sign of salvation. Marx was a German philosopher, historian, sociologist, political theorist and economist whose ideas are credited as the foundation of modern communism. He observed and commented on social circumstances, particularly capitalist society and its class struggle. He developed conflict theory based on these observations. Marx, along with Durkheim and Weber, are commonly cited as the principal architects of modern social science. People of the same society share aspects of their culture, such as language or beliefs. Culture refers to the language, values, beliefs, behavior, and material objects that constitute a people's way of life. It is a defining element of society. The term multiculturalism recognizes the original heritages of millions of Americans, noting that Americans who are originally from other societies do not necessarily have to lose their individual markers by melting into the mainstream. Members of a society must come in contact with one another. If a group of people within a country has no regular contact with another group, those groups cannot be considered part of the same society. Geographic distance and language barriers can separate societies within a country. In all societies, the behavior of some people at times goes beyond that permitted by the norms. Social life is characterized not only by conformity but by deviance, behavior that a considerable number of people view as reprehensible and beyond the limits of tolerance. Deviance is not a property inherent in certain forms of behavior, it is a property conferred upon particular behaviors by social definitions. Definitions as to which acts are deviant vary greatly from time to time, place to place, and group to group. We typically find that norms are not so much a point or a line but a zone. Deviant acts also can be redefined. as has happened in recent years in the United States. Most societies can absorb a good deal of deviance without serious consequences, but persistent and widespread deviance can be dysfunctional. But deviance may also be functional by promoting social solidarity, clarifying norms, strengthening group allegiances, and providing a catalyst for change. Race and ethnicity are important concepts in the field of sociology and are ones that are studied a great deal. Race plays a large role in everyday human interactions, and sociologists want to study how, why, and what the outcomes are of these interactions. An ethnic group is a social category of people who share a common culture, such as a common language, a common religion, or common norms, customs, practices, and history. Like ethnicity, race is primarily, though not exclusively, a socially constructed category. A race is a group that is treated as distinct in society based on certain characteristics. Because of their biological or cultural characteristics, which are labeled as inferior by powerful groups in society, a race is often singled out for differential and unfair treatment. A minority group is any distinct group in society that shares common group characteristics and is forced to occupy low status in society because of prejudice and discrimination. There are several sociological theories about why prejudice, discrimination, and racism exist. Current sociological theories focus mainly on explaining the existence of racism, particular institutional racism. The three major sociological perspectives, functionalist theory, symbolic interaction theory, and conflict theory, each have their own explanations to the existence of racism. A social interaction is an exchange between two or more individuals and is a building block of society. Social interaction can be studied between groups of 2 dyads, 3 triads, or larger social groups. By interacting with one another, people design rules, institutions, and systems within which they seek to live. Symbols are used to communicate the expectations of a given society to those new to it. Symbolic interactionism. Reality is seen as social, developed interaction with others. Ethnomethodology questions how people's interactions can create the illusion of a shared social order despite not understanding each other fully and having differing perspectives. Thank you for your time.